And it'll be all right. Well, it says we're live, folks, and I think we are. Trina is having some issues on her end. It's apparently not allowing her to get in. So let's see. I'm waiting for it. Well, Miss Trina, I sent it to you, dear. So how is everybody? I trust everyone is okay. There's about looks like about a 30-second delay. So BOSTO to everyone, and may favor grace you always. Let's see. I am still, she says, it's on her. I don't know what the problem is. She's going to have to reboot. I have a sense if she's trying to do this on the cell phone, that might be an issue. I don't know. So, yeah, technical issues. Yeah, we're so free with technology, aren't we? Yeah. Favor everyone. So good to see you. It's Tuesday, and welcome. We'll just be patient here. I'm sure she'll get the computer bugs out. We just send positive vibrations. Got to keep those vibrations a going. Hey, Kaz, how you doing? See you're in there. David Castle, hello. Bernadette, good to see you. Darth, hello. Michelle, Grandpa Brian, how you doing? Isby, good to see you. I haven't, Joyce, are you serious? Hello, good to see you. David Hall, Bosto. Don't know what the problem is, folks. Lavera, good to see you as well. I haven't seen David Barry and haven't seen Big Al. They just left. I wish them well wherever they are at. Let's see. Well, I don't know, folks, if we're going to have Trina on today. Don't know. Hi, Gaia. How you doing? Good to see ya. So, Eye of the Maelstrom, good evening to you. So as you can see, I'm stalling, hoping that, everything is going to be okay, as they would say. All right. Shall we have a spot of tea while we're waiting? Why not? I want to thank Marsha for sending this. And Marsha, this was just so timely. Marsha Price. And, I have some of his works. He's an interesting guy, and, we'll continue to go forward here, and Trina will pop in. Trina, we're just sending you positive vibes on that, your phone and your computer. I don't know if she uses a laptop or a cell phone, but anyway, we're just sending it to you now. Yeah. And what we say works. I want to see more of your shirt, Wayne. Okay. It is, there you go. The Philosopher. That's me. Yeah. There you go. And let's see. I just got another text, and she says, well, I don't know what the problem is, Miss Trina. I don't, dear, because it is live now. She says that it just keeps spinning on her, saying waiting for. That sounds like a Zoom issue. I don't know. It could be YouTube. I don't think so. But Trina, we're live, hon. I don't know what the problem is. Hold on one second here. Hold on one second, folks. Smoke them if you got them, and have fun while you're doing it. Hey, Marsha Price. Yeah, Marsha, I've got on PDF his complete works, volume 1 and volume 2. And I don't know. Let me try to send Trina an invite again. I don't know why this has become a challenge today, but folks, we can expect some. I'll deal with that here in a second. Let's try to get her another. You can expect a lot of funky stuff with the internet. She's right. The show must go on. Okay, we'll get that sent out to you. So, Trina, if you're listening, maybe you can listen. I just sent another another invite. So there we are. Hey, there's me. There we are. So, all right. Weird. Don't know why. But anyway, so getting back with our friend Spinoza, he was ahead of his time. I think he was way ahead of his time. And Marsha sent this, and y'all are going to love this. It's absolutely cool. And again, I'll be watching for Trina, hoping that she can get in here. All right, so this is a letter that he wrote, and little background on this. Okay, I'll just get into it. When Albert Einstein gave lectures at U.S. universities, the recurring question that students asked him the most was, "Do you believe in God?" And he always answered, "I believe in the God of Spinoza." Well, Baruch de Spinoza, he was a Dutch philosopher, considered one of the greatest rationalists of the 17th century philosophy, along with Descartes. Now, what's really interesting about Spinoza, we'll look at some of his background, his biography. He was a brilliant guy and was exceptionally bright and insightful on the tumult. He was Jewish and grew up in Jewish Amsterdam of middle class. Had he gone on through higher education, he probably was being groomed to be a rabbi, but he left to run his family business. And then something happened. They really don't go into it very deeply, but he was excommunicated. And to be ostracized by a Jewish community in the 17th century did not do your business very well, didn't do you very well. You had to eventually move, and that's eventually what happened. So Spinoza would say, God would say, stop praying. I want you to do, it says, what I want you to do is to go out into the world and enjoy your life. I want you to sing, have fun, and enjoy everything I made for you. Stop going into those dark, cold temples that you built yourself and saying they are my house. My house is the mountains. My house is in the woods, the rivers, the lakes, the beaches. That's where I live, and there I express my love for you. Ah, man, you close your eyes right now. You can just imagine walking on the beach. That's the Creator talking. That's God. Stop blaming me for your miserable life. I never told you there was anything wrong with you, or that you were a sinner, or that your sexuality was a bad thing. Sex is a gift I have given you, and with which you can express your love, your ecstasy, your joy. So don't blame me for everything they made you believe. Stop reading alleged sacred scriptures that have nothing to do with me. If you can't read me in a sunrise, in a landscape, in the look of your friends or your son's eyes, you will find me in no book. Stop asking me, will you tell me how to do my job? Stop being so scared of me. I do not judge you or criticize you, nor get angry or bothered. I am pure love. Stop asking for forgiveness. There's nothing to forgive. If I made you, I filled you with passions, limitations, pleasures, feelings, needs, inconsistencies. In other words, I gave you free will. How can I blame you if you respond to something I put in you? How can I punish you for being the way you are if I'm the one who made you? Do you really think I could create a place to burn all my children who behave badly in the rest of eternity? What kind of a God would do that? Respect your peers and don't do what you don't want for yourself. All I ask is that you pay attention to your life. That alertness is your guide. My beloved, this life is not a test, not a step on the way, not a rehearsal, nor a prelude to paradise. This life is the only thing here and now, and it is all you need. I have set you absolutely free. There are no prizes and there's no punishments. There is no sin or virtues. No one carries a marker. No one keeps a record. You are absolutely free to create your life, whether that be heaven or hell. I can't tell you if there's anything after this life, but I can give you a tip. Live as if there is not. Did you hear that? Live your life as if that the minute you die, you go out of existence. Lights out, baby. No memory of you. You don't exist. What you got is right now. What are you going to do with? What have you done with it? Like many of you, you've wasted it. We all have by our indoctrinations. And I'll just step aside here a second. You know, I'm covering a topic that's very controversial. 157 people in the community or subscribers have left. They can't handle anything outside their indoctrination. Probably can't handle this either. Let's continue. I can't tell you if there's anything after this life, but I can give you a tip. Live as if there is not. As if this is your only chance to enjoy, to love, to exist. Rush Limbaugh is dying. And I don't know if you caught what he had to say yesterday. When a dead man knows that he is living in his body, in other words, he has a death sentence. We all do. But you see, for those who have enjoyed life more, I think, and I would say this, probably have more means to enjoy life, you get attached to this life. And he doesn't want to leave. No one wants to leave the amusement park. No one. So if there's nothing after, then you will have enjoyed the opportunity I gave you. And if there is, rest assured that I won't ask if you behaved right or wrong. What I'll ask is, did you like it? Did you have fun? What did you enjoy the most? What did you learn? Stop believing in me. Believing is assuming, guessing, imagining. I don't want you to believe in me. I want you to believe in you. I want you to feel me in you when you kiss your beloved, when you tuck in your little girl, when you caress your dog, when you bathe in the sea. Stop praising me. What kind of egomaniac God do you think I am? I'm bored with praise. I'm tired of being thanked. Feeling grateful? Prove it by taking care of yourself, your health, your relationships, the world. Express your joy. That's the way to praise me. Stop complicating things and repeating as a parakeet when you've been taught about me. What do you need more miracles for? So many explanations? The only thing for sure is that you are here, that you are alive, that this world is full of wonders. Now, that was Spinoza's point about God. I'm going to see if Trina, no, I guess she just can't get in today. Well, that sucks. Hopefully she's into the chat room. I haven't seen her there either. So I like the dude. I like the way that he expresses himself. And yeah, Sandra, it is awesome, isn't it? Now, you know what? The Jews didn't like his message. The Christians didn't like his message. The devil worshipers, the witches, the rest of them, they didn't like this message at all. Why? It completely invalidates every belief, every God, because it's realist. He is a realist. He taught realism. We have discussed it here, and I was looking, like I said, with Miss Trina, but why would a God want to be worshiped? You know, of all the hate mail I've gotten from mostly Christians, and it's all been from Christians, is that they'll never answer that question. Why would any God want to be worshiped? Why would any spirit? That's my problem in the Golden Dawn magic. All the magic that I have studied, I consider most of it BS, and I'll tell you why. Unless it empowers me, then why would I want to empower an unseen spirit? And again, in the Satanic Bible, we heard what Lucifer, what Satan said. Don't conjure spirits. You're going to get your ass kicked. You're going into a realm you know nothing about. Now, that hints to something that lays beyond this. I would say that Spinoza would probably be Charlotte, that's true. You know what the difference between an ass kisser and a brown noser is? Depth perception. We continue. So Spinoza got it. And it completely, what he is saying, the Torah, the tumult, the Bible, Old and New Testament, the Quran, the Vedic, all these are false. All of those gods are very angry. They kill, they murder, they want blood. They command other humans to attack other humans. They fight in the name of their gods. If we have truly entered into the age of Aquarius, it's time we put the axe to all the old gods of the past. And my commentary is this: they never did us any good. How many human beings have died in the name of religion? All religions. It's in the billions. When are we going to erect our craniums out of our anuses and get our heads on straight? It's got to stop, folks. There are powers, obviously. Obviously, the secret is so valuable I don't think there's anything in the universe to compare to it, meaning the secret of our originations. Who are we really? I contend, and I really, Trina, missing you, girl. Wish you were here, honey. I think she's still trying. I don't know what happened there. Hello, Robert V. Let me propose something to you. About 2.5 years ago, in one of my travels, I was shown something that makes all of us, whatever we are in the inside, from wherever we came from, that if you have gone through the rite of the birth passage, you are greater than any God written about. Yahweh, Jehovah, Jesus, Allah, Kali. None of those made up deities have ever gone through the birthright, the rite of initiation of birth into this realm. None of them have stripped themselves of their deity and did what you and I did. You see, that makes us, oh, so much more powerful. When you cross over to the other side, you can challenge any spirit to ask them, have you gone through the birthright? The passage of birth? And I'm still saying that Miss Trina will get in here. I want to show you something. I did a video on this. This is the rite of passage. And if you look at this, and Julianne Payne from Down Under, our resident word alchemist, passage. It's a passing of an age. When you were born, you went into a passage. And you can relate this word to so many things. A past age. So the only way in, there is no other way in. 1 out of 6 do not make it in. And if you add to the abortions and everything else, that number now is probably 2 out of 6 do not make it in. Define of a rite. It is a prescribed form or manner governing the words or actions for a ceremony. The ceremony practice of a church or a group of churches, a ceremonial act or action initiation rites, a division of the Christian church using a distinctive liturgy. Now, it's really interesting because our passage is a blood passage. You pass through the blood. The blood is a veil that we pass into. And this is what this reality is. We are on the other side of the blood veil. When we die, we cross through the spirit veil, back from which we came. An act that someone must do in order to officially join a group or organization. Initiation, the act or an instance of initiating, the process of being initiated, the rites, ceremonies, ordeals, or instructions with which one is made a member of a sect or society or is invested with a particular function or status. The act of starting something, the beginning of something. You see how important this rite is? No matter what the made-up gods of this world are, they're old. They were never our gods to begin with. You are the beginning of something that never existed before. Your life has never been before, never will be again. Most of us grew up in the era when rock and roll came to the world. That'll never happen again. once in an existence. So the rite of passage, as it is defined, is a ceremony of a passage which occurs when the individual leaves one group to enter another. You see, they say that we all come from a tribe. Not all tribes are the same. Not all tribes are equal. Not all tribes are on the same plane. But when we depart our tribe and cross through the blood veil, the rite of birth passage, then we have left our group to join into another group. It involves a significant change of status in society. In cultural anthropology, the term is angelicization of the rite of the passage, a French term innovated by the engrapher Arnold van Gennep in his work, The Less Rites of the Passage, The Rites of Passage. It's a fabulous read. The term is now fully adapted into anthropology as well as into the literature and popular cultures of many modern languages. Folks, we are here. Rite of passage has three phases: separation, liminality, and incorporation. That's applying yourself. And then you become incorporated. It's where many religions say, well, you're not of this world, you're in this world. You are incorporeal into the incorporation. This planet, this reality is a corporation. We'll be studying on that. Now, religious behavior in ancient societies always followed this. The rite of passage, which was the initiation, many times with birth, many times becoming a man or a woman, coming into a clan, rites of burial, which is the sacrifice. My wife and I, part of the Jupiter Neptune Society, is that we're going to be cremated. I'm not of this earth. I am of the air. I want no business being stayed in the earth. Finally, the sacred arts, the artifacts. The rite of birth. It introduces the child to the world through a ritual and naming ceremony. All of us, it's a ceremony. Now, they don't teach that anymore today. Today's millennials and Generation Zs, they don't know this. I was talking to some 20-year-olds. They are clueless. It's been robbed from us. But nevertheless, because they name their children haphazardly, never realizing in many cases they have limited or cursed their very children by the names that they took. And I'd say to young people, if you don't like your name, change it, but seek it out. Africans believe infants come from the spirit world. I happen to agree. Name is given after the elders figure out what its mission is in life. In tribes, in tribal ceremonies, much thought was given to each child. That's not done today. Laboratory experiments have shown that severe initiations produce cognitive dissonance. It is theorized that such dissonance heightens groups' attraction among initiates after the experience, arising from internal justification of the effort used. Rewards during initiations have important consequences in that initiates who feel more rewarded express stronger group identity, as well as group attraction. Initiations can also produce conformity among new members. Psychology experiments have shown that initiations increase feelings of affiliation, afflictions too. Initiation is a rite of passage marking entrance or the acceptance into a group or society. It could also be as a formal admission to adulthood in a community or one of its formal components. In an extended sense, it can also signify a transformation in which the initiate is reborn into a new role. Many people who've gone through different religions, in my case in Christianity, you go forth, you raise your hand, you have your outstretched palm up like this is a sign of surrender. You are worshiping something, giving something greater than yourself. And then the initiation is typically a 3-step process. 1, you must confess. 2, you must accept. 3, you receive. Now, the receiving part can be extenuated out through baptism, and depending on which sect of Christianity, baptism of the Holy Spirit, asking the Holy Spirit to take possession of you. Examples of initiation ceremonies might include the Hindu diskash, the Christian baptism or confirmation, Jewish bar or bat mitzvah, acceptance into a fraternal organization, secret society, or religious order, or graduation from school or recruit training. Folks, it's so incorporated into our daily lives of our social cultural norms. We're so screwed. A person taking the initiation ceremony in traditional rites, such as those depicted in the pictures I'm going to show you, can be called an initiate. And I'll just go on. And as you can see here in this graph, this is the rites of passage. Up here we are. I think we see Miss Trina. So we'll just stop right here and we'll bring her in. And see how did we do that? I'll stop that share there. I'll pull that there. Give me a second. Okay. I suspect we'll see Trina here in a couple of seconds. So glad she got in from Samsung. Hey there, Miss Trina. What's up? Hello. You're on mute. We see you.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, technology got me good today.
What happened?
I don't know. It would not let me in. It said that I needed a SIM card. I mean, everything was freaking out. I uninstalled everything, had to reinstall everything. I had to go back in. I had to use the ID code and the passcode to join into Zoom after I reinstalled. It was crazy. I don't know what's going on, Wayne.
Wow.
Never seen
Well,
this
it's so good to
before.
see you.
Yes, I'm so excited. I got it at 11:33. Yay!
Mm-hmm. I saw that. Well, yeah, 11:33. I love that.
Yes, I was
So
like,
you
I
haven't
will
been
not
able to
give
hear.
up, Wayne. I will not give up.
She shall not be defeated. I will
So
not
hi,
be defeated.
everybody. Sorry I missed the entire beginning because I was in Technoland.
Well, we've been carrying on here. I'm trying to get there we go. Now we can get that. So good. Well, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
You
Not
know,
from lack of effort, must I say.
tenacious. That's what the word is. Tenacious.
That's it.
Well, we were just reading about and talking. I don't know, you weren't able to listen. Can you?
No, I was busy. Just upload, download, delete.
Well, you've just come right in. So we've been talking about Spinoza, and when Albert Einstein was asked, did he believe in God? And folks, you'll just have to, because we got to get Trina up to date. So Spinoza was, and this is so much fun because we can do this again. I love this. So very quickly, Spinoza was a 17th century Dutch philosopher and was Jewish, was brilliant, and apparently knew the Talmud and exceptionally well, showed what they call exemplary ability to comprehend. Long story short, he lived in Amsterdam in the Jewish community. He left school to run the family business. And then, oddly enough, 2 or 3 years, maybe a little bit longer, he was excommunicated from the Jewish community.
Wow.
And actually had to leave the Jewish community in Amsterdam. And so, as you can see here, this is what Spinoza said about God. Stop praying. What I want you to do is to go out into the world and enjoy life. I want you to sing, have fun, enjoy everything I've made for you. Stop going into those dark, cold temples that you built yourself, saying that that's my house. My house is the mountains. It's in the woods, rivers, lakes, beaches. That's where I live, and there I express my love for you. Stop blaming me for your miserable life. I never told you that there was anything wrong with you and that you were a sinner or that your sexuality was a bad thing. Sex is a gift I have given you and with which you can express your love, ecstasy, your joy. So don't blame me for everything they made you believe. Stop reading alleged sacred scriptures that have nothing to do with me. If you can't read me in the sunrise or in a landscape, in the look in your friend or your son's eyes, you will find me in no book. Stop asking me, will you tell me how to do my job?
Mhm. Yep.
Stop being so
Wow.
scared of me. I do not judge you or criticize you, nor get angry or bothered. I am pure love. Stop asking for forgiveness. There's nothing to forgive. I made you. I filled you with passion, limitations, pleasures, feelings, needs, inconsistencies. Free will is what you call it. How can I blame you if you respond to something I put in you? How can I punish you for being the way you are? If I'm the one who made you, do you think I could create a place to burn my children who behave badly for the rest of eternity? What kind of God would do that? Respect your peers and don't do what you don't want yourself. All I ask is for you to pay attention to your life. That alertness is your guide. My beloved, this life is not a test, not a step on the way, not a rehearsal, nor a prelude to paradise. This life is the only thing here and now, and it's all you need. I have set you absolutely free. There are no prizes or punishment, no sins or virtues. No one carries a mark. No one keeps a record. You are absolutely free to create your life, heaven or hell. I can't tell you if there's anything after this life, but I can give you a tip. Live as if there is not, as if this is your only chance to enjoy, to love, to exist. So, if there's nothing after, then you will have enjoyed the opportunity I gave you. If there is, rest assured that I won't ask if you've behaved right or wrong. I'll ask, did you like it? Did you have fun? What did you enjoy the most? Tell me. What did you learn? Stop believing in me. Believing is assuming, guessing, imagining. I don't want you to believe in me. I want you to believe in you. I want you to feel me in you when you kiss your beloved, when you tuck in your little girl, when you caress your dog, when you bathe in the sea. Stop praising me. What kind of egomaniac God do you think I am? I am bored being praised. I'm tired of being thanked. Feeling grateful? Prove it by taking care of yourself, your health, your relationships, the world. Express your joy. That's the way to praise me. Stop complicating things and repeating as a parakeet what you've been taught about me. What do you need more miracle for? So many explanations. The only thing for sure is that you are here, that you are alive, that this world is full of wonders.
Wow. A lot of truth to that.
Well, yeah, it's there's a, and as I said earlier, I said if we've entered into a new age, truly, if we have, these old gods have got to die. I made the comment before you got here. Of all the religions of all the world since let's just say the modern age, since the year 1 CE,
Mhm.
um, it's estimated that nearly 2.2 billion people have died in the name of the gods of these religions.
Absolutely.
So I can't see how anyone would want to worship any of the world religions today. Every religion has blood on its hands.
That's why the Lord told me the Jesus trap. Be careful.
Yeah. And make
Because
clarification.
I mean, we are spiritual beings. So when we drop our flesh, we're still going to be a spiritual being. So, you know, there's spiritual beings, I think lots and lots and lots and lots, millions and billions, and we can't fathom. We can't fathom. But
Trillions, I would say.
yeah, this system, the more I'm looking into it, it's technology of the most brilliant kind, but it's artificial.
You
So I
missed.
think,
Go ahead,
huh?
hon. Go ahead.
I think once you can wrap your head around that, then I think that that dissolves all of the savior programs in this matrix, because once you understand it's all an illusion, it kind of breaks the bubble. And I think so many have broken that bubble. These entities that we've been worshiping as the gods of this world in this
I don't
3D,
think we should be worshiping any gods.
I literally think many have stopped, and I think it's stopping the feeding, and I think they're dying.
Before you came on, Trina, I showed a video I did about 2.5 years ago called The Rite of Birth Passage. And I've known this. I was shown when I was I did a little astral traveling, and what I was shown, when we pass through the birthing canal, we are passing through a veil. It's the blood veil. And it's
Yes,
what separates us from where we came from. When
yes,
we enter out, we will enter out through the spirit veil, that of the spirit realm. We pass through and we go back or wherever we enter. Um, it was told to me, and I saw each of us come from a tribe. Not all
yes,
tribes are the same. Not all tribes are on the same plane.
yes. I saw that too, Wayne.
So when we pass over, graduation day is upon us, because here's why, Trina. Every spirit that we encounter, they will know us because we went through the rite of birth passage. We gave up our divinity. We
Yeah.
gave up all of our rights, our powers. We stripped ourselves of that. It's a hell of an initiation to go through.
Yes. Oh man.
So
Yes.
anyway, that's what I was talking
Wayne,
about.
I've seen that too. It's so funny you say that, because I've literally seen that. That there are many star seeds which are incarnates from different systems, and the systems that they operate in are better than the ones that are here. So they brought in that light into this system to bring forth the changes of this new age, because we're going through a new age change. This is going to be huge, guys. One way or another, it is going to be monumental. So, and then I see that there's these other things, these wanderers. I, I think you might be a wanderer, Wayne. And I think I might be a wanderer, but I don't know for sure.
What do us wanderers do?
I think the wanderers have such a sense of independence and such a sense of knowing what they are, that
Mhm.
they literally have begun their own creative space within the fabric of the space time.
Yeah.
And you're not anchored to any one position, because you can occupy all at the same time.
Mm.
So we are so expansive
Yeah. Yeah.
when we're not in our flesh, and we can't remember this veil. And you're so right, because the Lord always told me, don't forget what you are, and don't forget the spirit, because if you forget and that veil goes over you, you have the chance of getting trapped into the system.
Bingo. Bingo.
And I was like, what? You know, so I've always kind of had this inner knowing about the tricks of this reality, and it's so real. You can't separate it. It's so real. But I think that's the thing, though, is understanding we are creating a new species.
I think that is, yeah, I think that is what's happening.
Yeah, and I
There's
think we have
evidence.
been for a long time. So, but I do see we're on this tipping point to where a lot of humans have reached like what you would say would be perfection. I mean, they literally have where they can perform miracles. They can live in the real world. They can smoke, they can drink, but then they can yet be godly. They can do it all because they understand that they are all, but they don't let any of it rule over them.
Yesterday when I'm reading, the Satanic Bible, which I get so many compliments, but I have lost over almost nearly 200 subscribers because they can't handle it.
No,
But they can't handle it.
I know. And it's sad because you need to understand all the belief systems on the planet and look at them logically. This does not mean you're worshiping Satan. This does not believe that you're
I don't even believe in it.
That's what I mean. And people are like, oh, here's a girl believe in Satan. I'm like, oh, get over it. You guys need to grow up because this is
They're
about
afraid. They're
investigation.
children. They're
yes,
children.
And they're afraid of what they've been taught, which is absolutely bull crap.
And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't face your fears here, you're going to get your ass whooped over there because they're waiting for you.
You need to look at fetishes if you have them. You need to look at these sexual things if you have them. Some people do have them, some people don't. But this is a real part of our world, nonetheless.
Yeah, and it's true. It really is. The Apostle Paul said this in the book of Ephesians. He said, all things are permissible, but not all things are profitable.
Bingo.
You see?
And there's a big difference between the two, but all things here are permissible. I think that's why this plane is so powerful, Wayne, because of the all things are permissible part gives us absolute freedom to create and express from any well you want to. But there will be consequences for whatever wells. Yes, because it's about matching energies.
And that's what I'm trying to tell people. I wrote this thing, about the Satanic Bible is this. It's energy. Energy is neither positive nor negative. It's what you do with it.
It's both, right?
Yeah,
it can go positive or negative, but
no
it's
other
both.
one, it's like, when you start trying to form your, your plasma ball, it's sometimes pretty wily, in meditation. It is.
And Wayne, what always stuck with me, and I was a child when I had this vision, but I literally, the Lord had me by one hand and Satan had me by the other. They were playing tug of war. They were fighting over me. And I was like, I grabbed my hand from Satan. I was like, I will never go to you, Satan. I was like, no. And I was like, I'm going to stick with the Lord because that's more, it resonates with my vibration. It's more about love. It's more about spiritual. It's not so earthly beast, primitive, primal, instinctive. I like more of the spiritual, intuitive. That's just my field. That's where I resonate, but a lot of people are here to experience that darkness. I mean,
I don't know if it's darkness, but it's part of the amusement park.
Well, like I said, when I was, again, a small child, I witnessed what I think was a satanic ceremony, and it was dark. It was dark, Wayne. It was really, really, really dark.
I don't think it was it may have been.
I don't either. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I wonder what God they were actually worshiping. I wonder if that was
not
satanic.
Satan.
Well, it doesn't match the book.
Nope.
What they were doing did not match the book. So
my wife and I had a wonderful conversation over dinner last night, talking specifically about what Satan has said. And this is interesting. One, Satan has said, never conjure a spirit. So that makes 99.9% of all devil worship, all magic, null and void.
Correct.
It's null and void.
I know when you read that, I was like, holy Toledo's, that just takes out 90% of these people saying they're worshiping Satan. I'm like,
Number
and then
two,
the no baby hurting.
Never hurt a child.
I was like, oh my gosh, that again takes out a whole nother group of those.
So I don't know what the hell they're worshiping.
Me neither.
And never involve blood.
Yes.
Never.
That's what I'm saying. So what is
this? So wait a minute. So how is this Satan so dark?
Yeah.
I seen Yahweh command the children of Israel to spill blood of babies, to spill the blood of animals. I mean, so that's dark to me.
Yep. So I wonder if it's not Satan, but it's actually devil.
I don't know.
I wonder.
We live in an inverted reality.
That's what I mean. I'm like trying to figure this out because when you were reading about all the Satan stuff, I'd never heard about that before. And
Yeah.
I was fascinated. I was like, no baby killing?
It
No
also
blood?
said no
No
adultery.
this? I was
If
like,
you're in a marriage, stay with your partner
I
unless
was
there is an agreement. So I'm going,
well, and then it also too, Wayne, it made a lot of sense to me because the Lord always told me Jesus means he is us. It means the soul that's in all of us is kind of like we share the same one. And then, and he said the difference between the Satan and the Jesus was the amount of Christ consciousness you can hold. It's like, are you going to dive into the flesh and just be like totally wild beastly, which is okay. He told me it's okay. It really
isn't that
is
what they
okay.
do in wars? When you have
Right.
two
And that's what he
armies?
said. He said, everybody's learning different parts of this matrix, different parts of this reality. He's like, so you need to become kind of, this is where the no judgment thing comes in, because you don't know if they literally, in their soul group, they had a plan to execute this learning experiment. And it might have involved ritualistic killing. It might have, I mean, you don't know, but they put this plan together for the evolution of this collective soul. You know how you saw the soul group that you come from, like your seed
Mhm.
pod.
Yeah.
We pick up these different things and we're like, I'm going to learn this. You're going to learn this. You're going to learn this. So some of us have to be picked to be the absolute villain. So they're playing their part a lot of times, and they're going to have no karma over this whole experience because it was assigned as a role, a character. So that's why a lot of people can do really bad things and there's no karma on them because it doesn't even make sense to most people. How could they kill and do this stuff and have no karma? Well, because they were literally brought forth to be this villain. So it would teach the others in that collective soul group what it feels like, because nothing's real till you feel it.
No, I mean, and
Yep.
the diversity of our species beliefs. You see, for myself, when I left Christianity, I left it behind. There can't be a Jesus. It's
Right.
impossible because if you're saying Jesus was an immaculate conception, that's a rape. That is a
Yeah. Or
rape of a
or
12-year-old,
or insemination.
and where did the semen come from? I mean, you just tell me that was magically inserted into her vagina? Is that what you're saying?
Or
Further,
aliens. I'm telling you, Wade, there's crazy stuff going on
there
here.
is. And then here's my problem. So Jesus came to save us, to rescue us from what?
That's
His
not
father?
true. Yeah,
Who's
that's
his father? His father is Yahweh. And did I not just tell everyone Yahweh is the murderous God of the Old Testament? You can't give me who father is,
yep.
because father is a modern day makeup of something that doesn't exist. And I
Yep.
know that's hard for people to hear, but you can't have a father of love and have a Yahweh God of anger.
See, and it goes like the Yahweh when they talk about the tetragrammatron. That to me, again, it's artificial intelligence.
When
Keep
I see
going
that
back there.
tetrahedron,
Yeah, it's a tough
we can
word,
spell
huh?
it. You know what I see? I see an electrical closed circuit.
Me too. It's electrical and it's a looping circuit, and
Yep.
I see it connected to a cube,
Yep.
and it is connected to a projector. It is connected to many things. And yes, I'm seeing artificial. So for me, it's like, okay, it kind of gets real simple if you break it down. If you're a spiritual being, you came into earth to incarnate, to learn, to experience, to create, to manifest. Literally, this is the plane of all things are allowed here, but you will have consequences based upon your perceptions. There's no judging anybody judging you. It's going to be you judging you. And like I said, did you have a good time? Did you learn a lot? Did you do your mission? You're going to be elated with yourself if you met all of your markers and you don't remember what you came here to experience. So without that memory, it's kind of hard to stay on track unless you're guided by your guts.
And isn't that what Spinoza said? Your
Yes.
awareness is your guide.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
pretty simple. And I know some people get wrapped around the axle, when I talk about there's no Jesus. I get it, folks. But, we're mature men and women here. And I think we have a forum that we can let down all the dividers, bring
And
them down,
programs. Yeah.
and just relax and consider other thoughts, because we're in a
Yeah.
time where everything is being challenged.
Well, and knowledge is power. You
It is
need to
power.
look at everything
Yeah.
to try to find your way through the truth, you know? There's
Yeah.
there's there is darkness in this world. There is love
There
and light
is.
in this world.
There
There's both.
is.
Right. And we can't have a blind eye to any of it. But what you put your heart into and what you put your faith into, that's a personal thing. Nobody should be dictating to you one way or another. And this is where most of us are starting to go. But to understand the fullness of what you are, you kind of need to know the fullness of what you're in. You need to be able to
I
look at all
agree.
of it. Look at all of it and then choose what feels right with you? What do you resonate with? Because you need to be true to your purpose, whatever that purpose is. And who are we to know what your purpose is?
I don't
This
want to
game,
know. I'm trying to find my own, to find
me
that out.
too, me
It's
too.
like,
It's like,
it's
this is
taken
a
me a
big,
lifetime to figure that out.
that's right. This is one big situation. And I think it's so big because it is got such potential.
Oh,
And that
yeah.
brings both sides of the spectrum as high as you can go in the love and light is as deep as you can dive into the darkness. Because that was another thing that was shown to me. You are a result of cause and effect. So whatever you produce, you will feel the effect of it. It is simple. And that is the true definition of karma. It's bottom line. It's what you create is going to come back to you. There is no avoiding this law. So with that, create well or don't. It's up to you. But nobody's gonna, I don't think have the power to judge you unless you give it to them.
Brian Barnett and I, last year about this time, he called me up and we were having a deep discussion, because as I was telling him that evil is merely, it's a current, and it
Yes.
runs parallel to what we would call good. But as I was telling him, because we were talking about who we are,
Yeah.
and as I was telling him, the fact that we go through this passage of physical birth, you see, it's not spiritual. It's not of the spirit. It's not of the soul. It is a physical experience that the
Yes.
soul or the spirit experiences.
Yes.
I told him as well, I said, the body has a spirit.
Yes.
And most people do
Own
not
consciousness.
recognize that. And he was
Even
really,
parts of your body have its own consciousness. Like I got into a fight with that lady's neck that one time.
you
I was
see,
like, who are you and what is this? And it was like, I am the neck. I was like, whoa, and it was the boss of the neck. So yeah, I think it's bigger than we even understand.
I
The
always think of the
physical
liber
body.
Lilith. Lilith, gave us the whole list of all these, what they call divine ones. We get the word daemon, demon.
Mhm.
And if you learn those names, you can actually speak to them. I'm not saying they exist, but maybe they do.
Wayne, they're inside of you, just like Jesus is in us. Demons are in us. These are parts of you. They get into your flesh. So, like, you could watch a movie, and if it's a horror flick or something like that, you might pick up 15 and you didn't even know. You didn't even know.
Hitchhikers, sons of
For
bitches.
sure. This is literally what I've seen. I've seen people have attachments to them from when they watched a movie back in the third grade.
Really? That's
Swear to God,
interesting. Yeah.
these things literally, they say that, the darkness tries to attach to the light because it needs the light because it doesn't have its own or whatever. I wonder if that's true because it's like these things come in and they hook into people and most of them
Wouldn't
try to
light be the
stay.
antithesis of darkness, and therefore, like the food poisoning that I had, you consume this, but if I am of a dark nature, consuming light you could become very poisonous. I don't know. It gets
Yes, you
in.
got to look at the polarity of all things. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
sometimes if you're holding too much light, what do you have to do? You have to anchor and ground. That's basically going into the darkness of the earth, into the soil, into the depths. That's a part of darkness. Part of darkness is absolutely healing, beneficial, and beautiful. It's where we can get to the silence. It's where we can get to the stillness. It's where we are all and nothing at the same time. So there are many levels of darkness, from evil to the strongest amount of love, because love is in the darkness too. People don't understand this is polarity. Everything is existing in this realm on its dual pole. So in the center is its totality, but then you can go on either end of the sine wave, because everything here is about sine waves. And certain waves cancel each other out, certain strengthen each other, certain weaken each other. This is about vibration. That's all it is.
Well, if you look at the studies and esoteric readings, which I focus in on a lot, but here's my argument to everyone who says, I don't want any part of the darkness, is you'll never find the light if you don't go into the middle of the darkness. That's where the
God,
light
no.
exists.
Yeah, embrace your darkness, because
I
within the
mean,
darkness,
Jesus had to die and go into the darkness of the earth.
yeah,
Thoth had to die and go into the darkness. Buddha had to die and go into the darkness. You know,
yes.
so we have
The Egyptians all go to the
all the
darkness.
archetypes,
So
you know.
this is, like I said, we are going to have to, you need to explore these things before you die, because if you get hit with it when you die, you might not be prepared for it, because there is darkness within you. If you say that there's not, you're a liar, or you could not exist. You have to have the pole. We
Yeah.
have hell beneath the heart. Those are the lower, denser, fuller personality, ego, physical, creative, sexual parts of us. And from the heart up, you've got heaven. The higher vibrations, the one more spiritual, less physical, more about prayer, manifestation. It's the templates. You're creating the templates, but they manifest through the darkness. Heaven can't get here unless it goes through hell.
And as Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, don't stop.
Just don't stop. Keep on
Keep
going.
on going.
Keep on
I
going.
don't have any, you know, the thing about it is that, you know, 40 years ago, I was so inhibited by fear, the fear of the devil, the fear of God, even the fear of Jesus. I mean, if you read in Luke, Jesus said, I did not come to bring peace. I came to bring war. I came to
Correct.
separate husband and wife, father and son, daughter and mother.
Yep. Yeah, because this whole principle was, are you going to be love, or are you going to be like the government? Because this is literally what the problem was, the churches.
But you know, it contradicts everyone when they tell me all the time that Jesus is love, and I'm going, well, maybe you ought to really read your Bible if you really believe that, because
He
that's
came
what
to
he
be the
said.
Lion of Judah, the lion. The lion was going to kick everybody's
And
booties.
there's that damn Judaism. I mean, you know, they are
Yeah.
truly, I think, here's my problem. And this is why, you know, I have the Golden Dawn. I mean, you know, David Barry and I have talked about this, and, you know, I throw it out because if you are so involved in the Kabbalah,
Yeah.
into the spell of this deity,
Yep.
you may think you're enlightened, but you're sucked right back into where you started from.
You're food. You're
You're
food
food.
for that
That's exactly
entity.
what it is.
And
Yeah.
this is what I keep seeing over and over, is everything in this material
Mm-hmm.
plane, material realm, and this even includes the lower astrals. This includes part of that too, because you still have a body there. So when you're talking to anything in the physical, you're still in the matrix.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. So
We're
that
we're in it.
you are, yeah. So, and if you don't understand that you are a particle of this system, and you house your own light, and you don't nothing, you never, there is no beginning or end to you.
Can I interject here? Because this is
Yeah.
really what the Matrix. Have you seen the Matrix?
Yes.
Okay. So where Neo is into the machine, this is the metaphorical, what I'm talking about. Neo birth, he was born when he came through the veil. He had to pierce the veil.
Yep.
As he emerged out, he was still connected to the source, and when the source rejected him,
Yep.
it cast him out of the garden.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Yep.
I tell you, that movie in many ways, I think, is very representative when he looked over and saw all the pods.
Yeah.
So true that the vast majority of the Homo sapiens are in those pods.
So
We're
many
being
people
fed
have
what
seen
to think,
this.
what to
Yeah.
believe,
So
everything.
many people, Wayne, they've seen this in
Yeah,
different
yeah,
ways. I mean, yes. I mean, Rex
yeah,
Bear even talks about it. All of us in this stadium, and we can't get up until we're told, and then we have to do the wave, and then we sit down.
yeah,
We're all seeing it in different ways. I'm telling
yeah.
you, there has to be something to this, because why would we be seeing if it wasn't? What I've seen for myself is I've seen myself sleeping in a water chamber, but in a glass sarcophagus with like gold lines somehow. I don't know. I've seen that. And then I've also seen like in front of a computer game, like literally connected to a simulation. So I'm seeing this in a few different ways. And then the 3 levels deep of consciousness. Remember how I kept telling you about that?
Mm-hmm.
It's totally starting to make sense to where I can almost put it into words. And it really helped with the chart that I saw. And it's part of the works of Randy Green. And he talks
Mm-hmm.
about the soul's evolution and what is a soul and how do we get here. And this is completely going into the astral overlords and the builders of this matrix. And this is, again, this is technology. This is all technology. This is all technology. So if you're into the gods of this world, if you're into the savior of the space aliens are going to save me and all this stuff, like your food. So just know your food. I would just stay true, ride the ride, and when the physical avatar drops, head straight to the organic avatar.
You know where I am? I always, and I had this experience the other night. I am at, I told you what happened. I wrote it down. And once I went through the gate, they ushered me, and there were only very few of us. Now, many times I arrive there, I can't get back there. I don't want back in, but it's not there anymore. Though it, it it's kind of like I was teleported to a different plane of reality. I
Yeah.
can't get back in. I
Yep.
can't get back. I don't want back in, but it's not even there. There for the longest time, the portal, the gate, it was literally an arch. Um, I could see it, and it's not
Yep.
there anymore.
Yep.
So
It's okay.
you
You
know,
know
I
why?
don't care. I'm it's like
Well, Wayne, I literally, that's like a neuro pathway. And it's like certain, like, yeah, there's channels that you can go into within the mind, and the mind will take you to those appropriate vibrations. And, you said there weren't many people at that gate.
there weren't.
Yeah, this
No.
path is narrow. We've always been told that the narrow path, not many will walk that narrow path. The masses will
Mm.
not be going through the eye of the needle. Only the ones who take the narrow path will be able to go through the eye of the needle. And think about it. What's the secret of an eye of a needle is how small it is.
As you were talking, I still remember we're energy folks. We're
Yeah.
literally balls of energy. And there were so many of us when as I tell people all the time, we stopped in the dark place. We could see the tunnel, we could see the light, but many of us chose. And once you make that decision, you literally just pass through this membrane and
Mhm.
you can see the people. I mean, it's nonstop, but there were so many of us to begin with, and you could see them one by one, they faded away. They
You've been
never
consumed by the machine. I
they
think if
never
you
made
can,
it to the platform.
yeah, because I don't think if you can't trust yourself and hold on to your power and hold on to your essence and your light, if you give it to these artificial constructs, they're going to put you back into their machine and use you as their batteries. And I'm pretty sure that that's what's happening right now with us. We are
I
being
think there is
used
something
as
happening.
batteries. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure.
I spend a lot of time in complete darkness now because
Mhm.
it's And it's interesting, it's never completely dark.
No, I was going to say it just opens
Never
up the inner
completely
light.
dark. There's a
Yeah.
different light. And I know medically what's happening. I know the cones on my iris receptors are adapting to the dark. But what and many scientists believe that what we're seeing when you immerse into like in an immersion um, floating thing where you sensory deprivation,
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
that when the cones on the your eye begin to adjust, you're actually seeing the firing of your neural link inside your head.
It's funny because that's what I wondered what it was, because mine usually goes and falls and it's like pooh.
Yeah, and you can get, and if you get into it, you can actually start with your heart. You can really see
Oh,
the
I can see
pulsating.
it going with my
Yeah,
heartbeat. And then I
yeah,
can literally, it starts to go through different colors. Like
yep.
sometimes I see green, sometimes I see magenta,
I see
different.
sometimes the most palest. It's the palest of blues, but it's also one of the more darker hues of it. You know,
I know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about.
it's
That's the
weird.
blue light. I think
Yeah,
that's the blue light of literally the Orion
yeah,
constellation.
yeah. It's just,
Every time I get into that blue light, it connects me to that area of the heavens.
you
So
know, we're
something
going to
with that.
build this conference center, and we're going to get it built. And one of the things I'm going to look forward to is getting in groups where we can do the total immersion into
Absolutely.
darkness, and it will begin to teach us how to begin to adapt over into the next realm.
Yes.
I really do believe that.
I do too, because
Yeah.
it's going to be so similar. You're going to be in the water.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in that less gravity situation. Your
Hmm.
thoughts are going to manifest instantaneously. So you need to really pay attention to what comes up in the mind when you go into this darkness, because this is where you get your chance to deal with your demons, to deal with your fear, to deal with all of it. Because just coming into this expression, you're going to pick up darkness. None of us are clean from it. It's like mud. You can wipe it off, but first you got to identify it.
Yeah,
Can't
but
get
isn't
rid of it
playing in the
until you.
mud fun though?
Absolutely. And I love the
It is.
smell of it and the feel of it. And it's just wonderful. But, it's not a
You have to
problem.
take a bath.
Correct. And there's a time to play in the mud, and then there's a time to get clean. But both of those are allowed here. And
Yeah.
that's why we're here. We're here to learn what all of that is. And I think the reason we literally are human is to completely be able to identify with nature, because until you become it, you can't fully identify with it. We wouldn't understand what nature feels like unless we went into it. So I think part of it got trapped, part of it got inverted, part of it got harnessed, because in our innocence and in our love and in our divinity that we were born with, this density is not real normal for us. So within that, this is why you see how humans can be so easily controlled, is because we, in our basic nature, we generally don't have that need to fight, because where we come from, that isn't existing. So it's something that we learn here. But that's what I mean. Jesus says, I came here to stir things up.
And he
It's
did.
time now to bring out your spiritual fight and your spiritual fire.
Jennifer, you're spot on. Darkness is neither good nor bad. It's the intent.
Yes, it's
It
what
is
side of
intent.
darkness are you utilizing?
Yeah.
Self-reflection, introspection, or are you creating more darkness?
Yeah.
Just which side of the same are you going to use?
And
It's all
one of the things that I do when I sit in these darkness, if you rub your hands and you
Mhm.
really begin, you can actually see it's true. I mean, you actually can physically begin to produce light.
You can throw it at them too.
Yeah.
You
I
can
love it in
throw
there.
that light.
I am, I'm not afraid of any spirit because no spirit can hurt me.
No,
That's the first thing, that when you get past that, we had a little issue, and I told the one that was passing through, there's no freeloaders here. You're going to do the dishes or the laundry. You're going to get yourself on out. It left,
absolutely.
did not want to stay. And it was
Absolutely.
literally passing through. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Just like, you
totally.
know, I'm
See, I
convinced
think
there
I
must be
think
a
I
freaking
dealt with that.
highway,
I think I dealt with that a lot my entire life, Wayne, because I was raised around wrecking yards.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of death energy there. I swear to God, those things would follow my dad home. So
I think
I
you'd be
think
true.
yeah, I dealt with that my whole life growing up as a kid. Passerbys and hitchhikers. Yeah, my whole life.
Jennifer, darkness is fertile, and it's interesting when you say that because
Yes.
conception happens in darkness.
In the womb. In
There's no
the
light in
womb.
there except the
None.
light of the yeah. All
Think
this
about
is
it.
fascinating.
When does the light appear? When the sperm and the egg,
Yeah.
that is a massive electrical burst of electricity. So that is let there be light right there.
The guides tell me that if we ever learn to harness that,
Oh my
capture
God.
that,
It's scary because we could blow up the world.
we could literally rip the universe.
I know. I
Yeah.
really, for
Yeah.
reals. I remember. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Well,
I've
that's
been
why
taught
all
that
the
before.
goddesses and the gods, they want that conception because they can't have physical intercourse. Well, I don't know, but the copulation of coitus is that at that moment of conception, it is the creative energy that brought all this.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
really do think that it was the interface between dense energy and very fast moving high energy. And this is actually where they meet in the middle.
There's so much we've got to learn, Trina.
For
So much.
sure. For sure. We are definitely got a lot to learn because we don't remember. And that's what it is. It's not about learning, it's about actually remembering because you do have this information inside of you. You do. It's in
Yeah.
you.
It's been proven genetically.
Absolutely.
Apparently we've got millions of libraries of congresses in us. It's like
Yeah, really,
it's like really.
we get millions of dead corpuscles, which are dead corpses.
Exactly.
Micro
They can't call
macro.
you a dumbass anymore because you can say, oh man, you have no idea how smart I really am.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Well, thank you everyone. Trina, it was fun. I'm glad you got on, dear. I
I
mean,
am so glad. Like I said, I don't know what was going on here, but it was something, definitely something.
well, apparently the word is going out that and I haven't heard any deviations, but apparently we are on course for a asteroid to hit
Yeah.
the Earth.
Yep.
I have been told that we can maybe expect something's going to happen to the internet. I'm just telling you that right now.
Yeah,
Something they're
for
going,
sure.
yeah. So anyway, what do you have? I saw the show with you. Was it you, Robert? Was it Julie
Yeah.
and Amber? I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was really
See,
good. I
Robert,
enjoyed.
really never. It was
Yes.
fun. It's fun. Like I said, remember Wayne, I kept telling you, they kept telling me, pay attention to the 16. I've been trying to figure this out for a while. And because I knew I was getting closer, but I hadn't figured the fullness out. I think I finally figured it out. It's the 16 layers of multidimensional self that you are within the time-space matrix. There's 16 levels.
I have a physicist that would discuss that with you. I mean, we know that string theory, in the quantum exist, and so yeah, I think you're right. Things.
Remember that 3 layers deep in consciousness I kept seeing? That we're at least 3 layers deep. This is the 3 layers. The bottom 3
Mhm.
chakras, personality, the higher right here are the soul construct, but then above this is the Christ consciousness construct. Then above that is the non-particle construct. And then above that would be the ultimate, which would be
Excuse me.
the universal time matrix construct, all of it. That's the oneness that we all are coming through in the time matrix. It's amazing because I'm starting
The
to put it
cor-
together in my
the,
mind,
the
and it makes
corona.
sense because I need to know how, if I want to get out, where to go.
There have been others and I do believe that there is there is a way out. I'm
I
convinced
know
of it.
there is because it's called graduation.
Yeah, it is. They
I
don't want
know this
us.
is it.
They don't
Yes,
want us.
graduation. Yep.
It's we spoil the milk.
Yep.
We do, and we have fun doing it. So what do you got going on? I see you're on your channel a lot more.
I've been trying, but I'm going to be a little vacant again because with it starting, my busy season is coming into effect.
Excellent.
And yep, it's time to get at it. So I'm going straight through till next Tuesday.
Excellent. Are you going to be on this weekend with
Robert?
yeah,
Yes.
Milky Way Soul Tribe?
Soul Tribe.
Yeah,
Yes.
Milky
Of
Way
course.
Soul Tribe channel. Y'all are doing some good things over there. I check in and just, see what's happening, and I like what I see. It's good.
Yep. And then the Andromeda 7 is starting as well. So that'll be fun too.
Yeah, when is that going to get kicked off?
Still tentative, so don't mark me on it, but it might be Friday night. It might be the first one. So
Okay.
we'll see. Yeah. Still trying to
Yeah.
get the kinks worked out.
I listened to it, and from a technology point, if y'all do that, it's going to be interesting. Dealing in portals, they can get complicated quick.
For sure.
As I'm sure you're finding out.
Yeah, I think they're trying to open a portal right now, a big one. So we might want to do some focused prayer, keep things on a timeline we wish to be on, because I really think they're trying to jump us big time this week. So hold on, guys. Here we go.
And remember, every journey takes the first step, and even sometimes you can trip, but you can still move forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, just keep seeing what you want to see in the world. Don't let any of this negativity try to enter into the mind, because I really do think that we are having an effect, because all the stuff they're trying to drive, it's not working. And that means it's because the consciousness is not there to make it manifest. So that means, guys, we're really having an effect on these timelines right now. So keep on keeping on, because you are doing a great job. Because
great people.
It's evident in this timeline, because this timeline has a lot of potentials right now. Most of them do not look this good. So we're doing something right. Definitely doing something
far out, I can say. Yep. We're going to have Robert V on. I'm going to get David Barry. I don't know. I didn't see David in the chat room today. David, hope we're doing well.
Yeah, might be working.
It might be. We're going to get Robert V on here. He's
Robert.
I think sometimes he's like, well, yeah, I'm going to said, get on here,
Yeah.
So I'll have him come on.
He's awesome. He's awesome. Brian is drawn to very good people. That was one of his gifts, as he knew he could see side. Yeah. That's why he loves you so much, Wayne.
I don't talk about Brian, and because he was he was a protege of mine, and a lot of people don't know that, and I don't talk about it because it's no one else's business, but I was really
big part of his awakening, and a big part of him finding his own power. So yes,
he did. He
loved
did
you
find
so much.
Yeah, he did find it.
Still does.
All right, Miss Trina, thanks for coming on. I know you, and thank you for being so tenacious. I mean, most people would have given up and said, "Oh,
I just won't stop, Wayne. I won't."
Love that. The eye of the tiger.
We just gotta keep on going.
She's got the eye of the tiger, babies. All right, everyone. We love y'all. Get in, check out. Y'all let me know about the Andromeda 7, and then Milky Way Soul Tribe channel. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. I was on there and recently and saw 333, and I said, well, now we need to make that 666.
That is so amazing. We all saw that. I saw that too. Everybody's like, wow, 333. And it was when Steve was on. It was like 3. It was funny because that's like his number. And it was kind of cool.
It's like, okay. We need to get that up there. Wayne is a man on the mission, and thank you, Brian. That was very kind of you. Yeah. Well, it's because I have such beautiful co-host.
Oh, and like I said, Wayne, I'm honored to be a part of this journey with you. It's
the way I look at it. I hear, we are family.
For sure. And I am going to your beach. I'm going.
I'm telling you, you'll be dancing. I'm
ready to dance. Let's
You
dance.
know, you're gonna, because the music is going to be good. I mean, it's going to be good.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys, as you were
Oh,
trying to get in there, I was,
love them.
we were talking about good vibrations.
Yes, we
Yes.
were.
All right,
Yeah.
folks, let those vibrations, what did Brian always say? Be the frequency you want to receive. Is that what he
That's
said?
it.
Yeah, I know it was, you
Yeah.
want to be, and then, as you connect it, be the frequency you want to receive. I like that.
Absolutely. Well, as we send out those waves, they're going to return. So that's what I mean. Be the frequency and send out that which you want to receive, because it's happening by default 24/7. So be conscious about how you feel and think, because that momentum is going to come back to you eventually. It has no other option. So yeah, be
True.
the frequency you wish to receive, because if you shine bright, that brightness is going to just come right back in your life.
And Sanji says,
Hi,
right.
Sanji.
It says, hello, everybody.
Hi, Sanji.
I love this. I mean, this
Powerful, huh, Wayne?
powerful. I mean, he stays right here and, stares
Yes.
at me, and we talk, and,
Absolutely. That is a powerful, powerful crystal. Not many people can even be in its presence. So I'm so glad it has a beautiful place to be with you.
And it's true. I had a person came by, and they came into my office, and the guy said, first of all, he says, it's like walking into a temple in here. And I said, well, it's my temple. And he said, and he literally had to turn and walk back out, and said, wow, he says, pretty heavy in there.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's
Can't
not
handle
heavy.
the
It's very light to
frequency.
me.
Well, that's what I mean. He can't handle the frequency because it's a
Yeah.
lot of esoteric knowledge. It's a lot of the stuff that triggers an awakening. And if you're not ready for that, these things will trigger you before you're ready. So you need to run. Just go.
That's
Run.
where they went.
Get out. Yes, go. Because it will trigger you. Wayne, I work with stones. LaSone. It's called LaSone therapies, where you do
Okay.
massages with hot rocks and cold rocks.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
It's wonderful. Well, my volcanic rocks, my black rocks, those rocks cannot be near a pregnant woman because it will make her abort her baby.
Whoa.
Gravity and the magnetics are so powerful in these stones, they can make you lose your pregnancy. So literally, these things are powerful, even a rock. Yeah, it's one of the only warnings I ever had with the LaSone. Of course, temperatures, not to burn people because it gets the rocks too hot. But the second and the most important was about do not do this protocol anywhere near or on a pregnant woman. She will lose her child. I was like, holy macaroni, that is powerful.
That's powerful.
Yeah, from rocks.
Like a rock.
That's right.
All
Right.
All right, folks. We love y'all. We'll see you tomorrow, and be BOSTO and walk in favor. All right.